2 weeks ago today, the IPFW women's basketball team traveled to sunny South Texas to take on the University of Texas Pan American in a game that wasn't decided until there was 5.5 seconds left in overtime when Ashley Johnson missed the first of 2 free throws. The Dons ended up losing the game 63-60. This afternoon, they're looking for revenge as UTPA makes the return trip up here to Fort Wayne to take on the Mastodons. Hi again, everybody. I'm Mike Maas. Welcome once again to IPFW women's basketball here on College 56 Sports. I'm joined by Dave Scouten, and Dave, 2 weeks ago the weather was great down there. 80, sunny, no wind. Here, single digits, wind chill below zero, and awfully cold.
Well, the only similarities are it's sunny and not much wind. The temperature's considerably different. We'll see if the Texas Broncos like this up north.
These are two very similar teams, both struggling a little bit. Texas Pan Am comes in with a record of 6-18. Their last game was on the 15th. They defeated Houston Chiwitz, and IPFW hasn't played in 9 days since they gave a heroic effort against Purdue at Mackey Arena, down by only 3 with less than 10 minutes to go before losing 76-52. With a 9-day layoff hurt IPFW?
Well, I think it'll be a matter of if they can take care of the basketball. They got to cut down on the turnovers, got to shoot well.
Couple of players to watch here this afternoon for UTPA. Number 12 is a senior, Devin Reed from Indianapolis. She's 5'7", and 2 weeks ago she had 13 points, 3 assists, and 2 steals. Also, number 13 is Mahogany Daniel, a 5'10 junior from Corpus Christi, had 13 points and 12 boards. For IPFW, it's their backcourt duo of Ashley Johnson and John Lewis Carlisle. Each of them scored 17 points in the loss there. Keys to the game, Doc.
Well, it's going to be a really fast-paced game, I think. Both teams have a lot of team speed, so we can look for it up and down the court.
Hang on to your hats, folks. We hope it's going to be a fast-paced game again. It's IPFW entertaining UTPA. Stay tuned. Starting lineups and the opening tip just ahead right here on College 56 Sports.
That book was all right. You know, if she continues to spill product at a rate of 3 per hour, unit cost, say 60 cents. Factor in breakage, downtime, lost sales. You're looking at $2,400 a month. Indiana University, Purdue University, Fort Wayne. One university, 2 great names.
Did you know IPFW has its very own pep band? The Star Band is looking for more members, and we want you to join. IPFW students even receive a credit for their participation. Perfection is not required, just enthusiasm and a desire to share your school spirit. Check out our website for more information. Don't just play, stomp.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the New York Gate Sports Center here on the campus of IPFW, along with Dave Scouten. This is Mike Maas. We are moments away from the start of today's game, featuring the Lady Broncs of the University of Texas Pan American and the IPFW Mastodons. Real briefly, Dave, we said earlier, 2 very similar teams, don't score very much, and we could have an interesting game here this afternoon.
It should be an interesting game as we go through the afternoon. The pace may pick up. The starting lineups are about ready to go, and so it's going to be a tip-off time.
Real quickly, Rachel Jones and Devin Reed are going to be the guards for UTPA. Mahogany Daniel is one of the forwards, as well as Joanna Fuentes, and in the middle, Robin Garrett. Robin is a 6'3 freshman out of Nacogdoches, Texas. They are coached by Deanne Kraft in her 3rd year with the Lady Broncs. Coming into this game, she has a record at UTPA of 33-47. For IPFW, at the guards, 3 of them, Ashley Johnson, junior out of Kokomo, John Lewis Carlisle, the sophomore out of Lexington, Kentucky, Hillary O'Connell, the junior out of Warsaw. At 1 forward is senior Jenny Green out of Lansing, Michigan, and at the center spot will be 6'5" Kelly Boyd. Kelly is a senior out of North Judson, Indiana. The Mastodons are coached by Chris Paul. He is now 1-13 since taking over from Bruce Patterson in the middle late part of December, on the 21st of December to be exact.
One interesting starter for Texas Pan Am, and that's Fuentes, a senior forward, and she's starting her 6th game in a row now, and it's the only 6 games she started in her 4-year career.
Opening tap is won by IPFW. They'll be going from left to right on your TV screen. Hillary O'Connell starts off with the 3 that brings in and out, no good.
Can't get much closer than that without going in.
Devin Reed with the rebound, and inside feed to Mahogany Daniel. It's off her hands and out of bounds. IPFW their home gray uniforms with blue trim, blue numbers. They're going left to right as Ashley Johnson comes right in front of our location.
Starter number 12 for Texas Pan Am is from Indianapolis. So this cold weather shouldn't be too bad for her.
It is Devin Reed, 5'7" senior. AJ takes it to the hole and gets hacked away. No foul. Rebound picked up by UTPA. And Mahogany Daniel almost went out of bounds, but she kicked it out to Devin Reed, and the Lady Bronx will load up. Okay, we've played about 50 seconds here. No score. Glad you could join us here on College 56 Sports, for this edition of IPFW Women's Basketball. 10 on the shot clock. Pass intended for Mahogany Daniel, out of bounds. Last touch by UTPA to go over to IPFW. We want to thank Big Daddy's Pizza, located on the intersection of State and Crescent, for supplying the College 56 crew with some victuals for lunch, so to speak. Again, thanks to Mike Tapp and the gang over at Big Daddy's. Mastodons with the basketball.
Good defense so far with both teams. Texas is on a zone defense.
Gemma Lewis Carlisle short with the shot, picked off by Mahogany Daniel, and she had 12 boards against the Dons 2 weeks ago down in Texas. Turnaround shot no good by Robin Garrett, but she is fouled and she will shoot a pair. Kelly Boyd charged with the first team foul and the first personal foul in the afternoon for IPFW.
Kelly almost had a clean block that time, but came down on the arm just a little bit.
Robin Garrett, a 6'3" freshman, as we said, from Nacogdoches, and she misses the first free throw. UTPA, not a very good free throw shooting team. They're barely hitting 61% of their free throws on the season. Second free throw on the way, that's good. So Garrett gets the Lady Bronx on the board. It is 1-0 UTPA as we played just over a minute and a half. Jenny Green, nice feed to Kelly Boyd. Shot up and in for the senior from North Judson.
Nice shot by Kelly. She used the backboard, took care of business that time.
2-1 IPFW now with the advantage. Boy, nearly a steal for AJ, Ashley Johnson. Rachel Jones right on the point guard. Gets it over to Fuentes.
IPFW with a real sticky man-to-man defense.
Shot just inside the arc, no good. Kelly Boyd tried to pass it to Lewis Carlisle, and it's picked off by Daniel. So UTPA gets a break. Let's see if they can capitalize. And the Lady Bronx only score 56 points a game. Or I should say 54 points a game, I'm sorry. Pass intended for Garrett. There's a shot up, no good. Boyd pulls down the rebound, and here comes IPFW.
I don't think that Pan Am shoots a lot of three-pointers either.
Oh, nice feed from John Lewis Carlisle to Ashley Johnson, but AJ could not convert, and consequently a foul is called, I believe, or is it just knocked out of bounds?
Two substitutions for Pan Am, number 3, Tiana Wilson, and number 15, Dominique Montague.
And if Dominique Montague, her specialty is the three-point shot, and it was her, maybe, excuse me, maybe I'm wrong for saying this, I referenced it as a literal Hail Mary bank 3 shot.
Oh, in the game.
At the game down at UTPA that allowed the Lady Bronx to tie IPFW, and boy, there's a hip check, so to speak. Foul going to be called on Robin Garrett, and John Lewis Carlisle is smarting a little bit.
Yeah, might have gotten her in the upper thigh there a little bit, and that smarts.
First team foul on UTPA, comes with 17:11 to go here in the first half. Mastodons up 2-1. Hillary O'Connell, bounce pass to Kelly Boyd, and Kelly can't find the handle. Here comes UTPA on a 3-on-2 break. Daniel, past Jenny Green, up and in. Getty Daniel with her first 2 points of the afternoon.
Julianne Honey getting ready to come in.
Freshman from Halle, Germany. Hillary O'Connell has her shot partially blocked. Picked off by Montague, and a pass intended for Tiana Wilson out of bounds. Another turnover.
Yeah,
TPA's turned it over 3 times already.
3 and IPFW twice, and we've only played about 3.5 minutes.
And let's see, Julianne Huna, as we said, in for Kelly Boyd for the Dons, and Stacy Gooden, number 43, a 6-foot senior from Houston, in for the Lady Broncs. So we played 3.5 minutes, and it's a 3-2 score. The visitors from South Texas are on top. First of 6 straight home games to end the season for IPFW. Lewis Carlisle misses a 3. Hillary gets a offensive board. So
great rebounding position that time by Hillary.
Inside feed to Jenny Green. Shot. And she's fouled.
And a good look underneath, a good assist. Jenny Green puts the ball in. Chance for a 3-point play.
That foul is on Garrett. That is her second, team second. So we're 16:07 left. The free throw is good, and the Dons now lead 5-3.
Number 13 returning to the lineup, Mahogany Daniel.
And she's a 5'10 junior out of Corpus Christi. Very strong under the boards 2 weeks ago down at the UPTA auditorium. 13 points and 12 rebounds. IPFW putting on some full court pressure. Daniel just breaks it, going coast to coast. Spin move in the paint. Kicks it out to Reed. Reed drives it, fires it up, no good. Fight for the loose ball. And it was Hillary O'Connell who scoops it over to John Lewis Carlisle.
Good hustle underneath the basket.
JLC cut off at the pass, kicks it out to Jenny Green. Back to JLC. 15 in the shot clock. Ashley Johnson now. With the drive on Reed. A couple of Indianapolis girls there. John Lewis Carlisle for 3. The sophomore from Lexington, Kentucky knocks down the long ball. And Leanne Kraft calls a 30-second timeout. Again, IPFW now leading 8-3, and so far, even though neither team is shooting very well, IPFW has attacked, and they have made 3 field goals to 1 for UTPA.
Yeah, UTPA hasn't been able to get many shots off. Looks like IPFW, if they can hit the threes outside, are going to loosen up that zone that Pan Am is playing.
There you see Deanne Kraft again in her 3rd year with the Lady Broncs. 14-14 last year, and that was a watermark high for UTPA as Division I. We had a nice conversation before the start of the game. At least she said she didn't mind the cold that much. I got a feeling they're going to be real happy to get back down to South Texas.
Yeah.
Here we go. Again, UTPA puts the ball in play. And over full court pressure, Tiana Wilson gets it over midcourt. Whitney Colson, a 6'5 freshman out of suburban Detroit, in the floor now, number 41 for the Lady Broncs.
Good defense by IPFW. They've been really sticky on the defense today.
Pass inside for Daniel, double team, kicks it out, loses the ball to Julianne Huna. Good team defense. Jenny Green and Julianne Huna. JLC penetrates, kicks it out. Ashley Johnson for downtown, no good. Daniel with the rebound, and she is fouled by the enforcer, as I kiddingly said I would call her today. Jenny Green, her first, team second. Timeout on the floor. 14:48 to go in the first half. Our score, IPFW 8, UTPA 3. This is IPFW Women's Basketball on College 56 Sports.
Are you in there? What's up? The show's at 7. Whoa. Indiana University, Purdue University, Fort Wayne. One university, 2 great names.
Welcome back to the Harry Gate Sports Center, and along with Dave Skelton, this is Mike Moss. 14:48 left in the first half. And Doc, IPFW in an uncomfortable, I shouldn't say uncomfortable, an unusual position, leading this game by a score of 8-3.
Early lead, played well, really hustled, minimized the turnovers, so they're doing what they need to do right now.
They've only allowed 4 shots in the first 5.5 minutes. TPA hits just 1. Wilson, top of the key, watched by your numerical counterpart, Anthony Johnson. Devin Reed tries to kick it out. 15-footer up and in by Dominique Montague.
She comes out to the touch and gives them a good offensive thrust.
It's now 8-5. The lead cut to 3. Now it looks like UTPA's in a matchup zone.
And they've got the big 6'5" girl in there, the freshman, number 41, Whitney Colson, controlling the middle.
6-4 shot clock. AJ drives the baseline, shot up, no good. Hunup gets it, but she cannot get it up, and it's a shot clock violation charged to IPFW. Tough break for the Dons there.
Yeah, it was.
Because Julianne did get the offensive rebound.
I think from the previous game where these two teams played, they've been determined to not let Ashley or Zana Lewis Carlisle drive.
Inside pass intended for Devin Reed. We've got a whistle underneath, and I believe Tina Moen, the freshman from Oslo, Norway, is going to pick up her first foul. Third team foul on the Dons. And coming in is Tashay Winfrey, number 23, 5'8" freshman out of Houston. Again, Deanne Kraft using the bench.
Yeah, she's used a lot of players already.
UTPA inbounds the ball, give and go. Ball taken away by Nan Moore, who's now on the floor. Gives it to Jonna Lewis Carlisle. See what the Dons do here. JLC cut off at the pass. Moore, top of the key for 3, bounces off the front of the rim, no good. Rebound picked off by Winfrey. Coast to coast we go. Reed in the lane, shot up, gets the friendly roll and the foul.
Reed looks like she wants to take control of things here and get some offense movement for Texas Pan Am.
Foul is on Nan Moore, her first. Team 4th. And coming back is Rachel Jones, replacing Tiona Wilson. And at the Reed, trying to complete a conventional 3-point play, is Devin Reed. Free throw missed. Huna with the board. So IPFW retains the lead, 8-7. Slightly different from 2 weeks ago. It was 8-7 Pan Am, and the Lady Bronx went on an 18-2 run in about 5 minutes.
Get a little quick.
And we don't have a 12.
No. 50.
Well, we're not sure who that last foul was called on, to tell you the truth. They put up on the scoreboard number 12.
Yeah, but that's the official just said it was 50.
Dan Morgan, the lead official today, with the basketball in his hand. And coming on now, first time today, Dottie Nair. Dottie is a 5'11" sophomore from Winter Park, Florida. Well, here comes UTPA, under 13 minutes to play in the first half. Lady Bronx down by a point. Work the ball inside. 12-footer up and in by Winfrey.
Nice shot, nice offensive set that time by Texas Pan Am.
Balanced scoring, 4 Lady Bronx with 2 points apiece, and Robin Garrett with 1. It's 9-8 UTPA. See how what IPFW does to respond. Inside pass for Huda, and Julianne is fouled. And that foul is on Dottie there. Her first. Team 3rd. IPFW will inbound it underneath their own basket. JLC thought about the 3, took a step to the right, fired it, hits the rim, no good. Rebound pulled down by Rachel Jones. Oh, nice feed from Jones. She gets the return pass, and they work it on the perimeter. Daniel double team, shot up, partially blocked by Moen, along with some help from Huna.
Nice defense.
Back comes IPFW as we reach the 12-minute mark. It's 9-8. Mastodons with the lead. Lead pass for Johnson, shot up, no good. Daniel with the rebound.
For once for bad luck, AJ had no luck at all on that shooting.
3 rebounds now for Daniel. Reed in the paint, kicks it out. Then they do some dribble penetration, kick it back out. Pass intended for Daniel, knocked out by Nan Moore. We've got a timeout on the floor. 11:39 left here in the first half. Our score, Mastodons 9, Lady Bronx 8. You're watching IPFW Women's Basketball on College 56 Sports.
Mom, Dad, you know we love kids, and I've made a decision that will totally change my life. Cameron's too. It's a huge responsibility, leading someone into, who knows, communication or science or math. That's what life's all about, right? Learning so you can pass on knowledge to younger minds. Dad, Mom, I want to be a teacher.
Indiana University, Purdue University, Fort Wayne. One university, 2 great names.
Back at the Gate Center, 9-8 our score. It is UTPA, the visitors from Texas on top, 11:39 left in the half. And Dave Skelton, we've noticed that the shooting has dropped off for IPFW.
Yeah, IPFW is now 3 for 14. They started out 3 for 9, which is okay. But UTPA has really picked it up. They're now 4 of 8. They have yet to take a 3-point shot.
Rachel Jones to inbound it for the Lady Bronx, looking for somebody in green. And 5-second violation. Good defense.
Yeah, defense has been a really strong point for the Dons here today.
Entire 5 players on the floor. Nan Moore, Tina Moen, Jenna Lewis Carlisle, Ashley Johnson, and Julianne Huna. Well, here comes the Mastodons. See if they can retake the lead. Ashley Johnson looking for somebody to get open. Give and go. Jenna Lewis Carlisle. And a traveling call going to be charged against Tina Moen. And that is the, I believe, fourth turnover on the Dons. Well, we said that both teams had problems scoring. UTPA only averages 56 points a game, and IPFW is same category here. Well, actually 61 points a game. Drive off the glass, no good by Dottie there. AJ shakes, bakes, gives it to Moore. 3-pointer on the way, off the rim, no. Jones with the rebound. Here comes the Lady Bronx on the run. Baseline drive, shot, up, in, count it, and a foul. Devin Reed, the senior out of Indianapolis, with the bucket.
Yeah, Devin Reed is kind of taken over here in the last 5 minutes or so for UTPA. Offensively, she gives them a lot of boost, takes a lot of pressure off of the other kids.
Well, they're charging a foul to Julianne Huna. I thought they charged her with the last one.
Well,
we'll have to do some checking here.
The board may not be correct. We may have to check with the book at.
Meanwhile, Reed at the line for the completion of the conventional
three-point play. They just confirmed down the bench that was her second foul. Yeah.
Well, let's see what happens. The Dons now trail by 4 after leading early on. Moore to Johnson.
Yeah, they're not getting much out of the offense right now. Can't drive. Can't.
Shot of Lewis Carlisle off the glass. No! Rebound fought for. Out of bounds. It's a last touch, I believe, by Natalie Roberts, who's on the floor for the first time. Sophomore out of Connersville.
Yeah, I think Natalie came up with a rebound there, but there were 2 of them battling for it. Knocked it out of bounds.
Nanmore out. And Hillary O'Connell back in for interim head coach Chris Paul. We are nearing the midway point of this first half. It's 12-8 in favor of UTPA. Oh, nice feed inside for Daniel. Kick it right back out for give and go. Reed inside for Daniel again, and it's too hard. Goes off her hands and out of bounds.
UTPA is really looking inside right now with the back cut, trying to hit the post, getting the pick and go.
That is turnover number 7 for UTPA. And here comes IPFW again, a chance to whittle down a 4-point deficit. Roberts, the left-hander, and she loses the ball out of bounds. We'll say last touch by Lady Brown.
I think maybe bounced off of the foot of number 41, Whitney Colson.
AJ will rebound it. 18 on the shot clock, and is a pushing foul, I believe, on Colson. Whitney Colson, again, the 6'5" freshman out of suburban Detroit, picks up her first foul.
We'll take that.
4th team foul. Roberts gets the inbound pass. Johnson wants to drive baseline left. Gets it back. Roberts just inside the arc. Short on the jumper. Rebounded by Winfrey. Here comes UTPA. 4-on-2.
Quickly down the floor.
But Rachel Jones with the rebound. Inside feed to Winfrey, and she travels. So, again, IPFW the beneficiary of a break.
Yeah.
It's now 8 turnovers as opposed to 4 for IPFW. And
UTPA has been pushing the ball up the floor very quickly the last 3 or 4 possessions.
Lewis Carlisle for 3, no.
And the only thing IPFW's getting is a 3-point shot. And a break on the out of bounds, maybe.
I think it was a break. Right now, IPFW just... Excuse me, folks, I apologize. 3 of 19 from the floor, 16%, 1 of 8. 1 of 8 from 3-point range. Johnson gets pushed. And that is team foul number 5. Let's see who they call it on.
Law of averages says our field goal percentage is going to go up.
Well, we hope so.
16% can't get too much lower.
O'Connell gets the inbound pass. Hillary. Bounce pass to Roberts. Natalie in the paint. Drives up. No good. Gets her own rebound. Shot up again. No good. And this time Jones pulls down the board. 3-on-2 break. They kick it out. 3-point shot. No good by Montague.
And that's the first 3-point shot put up by UTPA.
Ashley Johnson to Hillary O'Connell. Back to AJ. She wants to drive baseline. She gets hacked. No call. Ball out of bounds. And they say it'll be made in the possession of IPFW. Boyd back in for Roberts.
IPFW is getting a little frustrated because the drive isn't there. And the outside shooting has escaped them for a while, so they're going to have to search.
Johnson looking for a gray shirt. It's to Jenny Green. Tries to find Kelly Boyd. Ball tipped away. Picked up by Rachel Jones. She gets it by AJ, and AJ is...
Yeah.
She has actually fouled, we think, but...
No, call a timeout. Coach
Chris Pratt called a 30-second timeout to retain the possession. It's the first of the 5 timeouts allotted to IPFW. Comes with 8:29 left in the first half.
IPFW has been stuck on that 8
For a long time.
forever.
Let me answer this question, Doc. When they changed the timeout situation several years ago, now on a TV game, you can see the replay. Do you think it's fair if a team doesn't use a timeout in the first half that they're charged with a 30-second timeout?
If they don't use
If they
it,
don't use a timeout in the first half, they lose a 30-second timeout. Do you think that's a good rule?
as many timeouts as there are in this game, including the media timeouts, yeah, I think that's okay. You know you have it. If you don't want to use it, don't use it, but you lose it.
Okay, Kelly Boyd inbounds it to Ashley Johnson. She's going from left to right on your TV screen. You're looking for a bucket in the worst way.
Yeah, they need a nice move here on the offense. Need something to go their way.
Johnny Lewis Carlisle gets it to O'Connell. Hillary for 3. No, short. Rebounded by Daniel.
Looks good going up.
3-on-3. Numbers are even. Reed stops, pops, no good. Ball rebounded by O'Connell. Hillary playing with a bad back. Chris Paul told me she didn't practice at all this week.
That can be a toughie.
Yes.
Because that back is involved in almost every move you take.
Nice move by Kelly Boyd, but the shot doesn't go in. Here comes the Lady Bronx on the move. Reed, left corner, wants to drive baseline. Double team. Skip pass, three-point shot, no good by Montague. And we got a whistle on the floor. Jump ball going to be called, and on the alternate possession, when we come back, it'll belong to the Lady Bronx of University of Texas Pan American. 7.5 minutes, actually 7:29 left to the intermission. IPFW trailing 12-8. For tickets to IPFW athletic events, call 260-481-6000 or go to the IPFW Athletics website, www.ipfw.edu/athletics. Tickets are available for individual events or mini-season ticket packages are still available for both the remainder of the men's and women's basketball seasons. Again, the phone number 260-481-6000 and 6643, or the online website www.ipfw.edu/athletics. Well, there you see IPFW Chancellor Michael Wortel, and no, he's not the gentleman in the blue jeans and the purple shirt.
No, the guy in the blue jeans is the daddy of the young lady that Michael Wortel is holding there. Bob Brewer
There you see
and his young daughter.
the IPFW Stomp Band in action here this afternoon. Well, IPFW has fired off many more shots than has UTPA. The Dons are 3 of 24 for 13%, 1 of 9 from long distance for 11%, 1 of 1 at the stripe. UTPA 5 of 14 for 36%, 0 of 2 from behind the arc, and 2 of 4 at the free throw line.
Yeah, Montague's been the only player for UTPA to take a three-point shot. She is their best three-point shooter, but they don't take many.
Winfrey to inbound the ball. These are way back out near midcourt to Keona Wilson. Colson tried to set a pick.
Yep, the defense still good. They're putting the pressure on.
Boyd and Colson are having a dandy of a battle in the paint. Shot up, no good. O'Connell with another rebound for Hillary. Now that is 4 boards here this afternoon. Near the 7-minute mark. Moore for 3. Yes, 7:02. Nan Moore gets on the board. Her first points. Momentary delay in play. Now we're back to action. IPFW, 1-3-1 defense. Lady Bronx break it. Baseline shot, no good by Winfrey. Fight for the boards and an over the back call. I think somebody called him Mahogany Daniel.
Yep, number 15.
Yes, now Dominique Montague.
Montague.
Her second 16 foul. One more and IPFW will be in the bonus. So 12-11 game, not much scoring, but the teams are giving it some effort here as we near the 6.5-minute mark.
And Devin Reed getting ready to check back in for UTPA. She's been kind of their backbone offensively.
Inside pass intended for Kelly Boyd, a little bit too hard. Jenny Green couldn't come up with it. It is the
Sixth
turnover for IPFW. 6:29 left in the half. It is the 12-11 in favor of the visitors from Edinburgh, Texas. And how far south is Edinburgh? Well, the motel we stayed at was 4 miles from the Mexican border.
Wow.
That's close.
And is that about 40 or 50 miles north of Corpus Christi?
Well, it's about a 3-hour bus ride.
Oh, okay, it's more than that.
Yes.
200.
Shot missed by the Lady Bronx. Here comes Jenny Green looking for a cutter. Puts it back out to Nan Moore. 15 on the shot clock.
Texas Pan Am back in their zone defense now. That's been a real bugaboo for IPFW.
Moore tries to force up a shot, and she gets fouled on the way up. She will shoot 2. And the foul is called on Keona Wilson, her first. And it's the 7th team foul.
Keona played her defense with her hands that time rather than her feet.
Called in a two-shot foul. Moore misses the first.
Yeah.
Starla Williams in the lineup for the first time today for IPFW. And also back on the floor is Stacy Gooden replacing Whitney Colson. One more free throw for the freshman, Nan Moore. And that one is good.
Well, we got a tie ball game now with 5:50 to go in the first half.
14 plus minutes of Mexican stalemate. 12-12 our score. GPA in the green shirts going from right to left on your TV screen.
IPFW now in a 1-3-1 zone. They've been playing good defense, whether it's been a zone or a man-van here today.
High post feed to Daniels. They're going to be working around the perimeter. Wilson wants to drive, cut off by Johnson, kicks it back. A three-point shot, no good by Reed. Moore with the rebound, and now IPFW has a chance to retake the lead.
And more times than not for UTPA, it's been a one-time and out.
Moore for three, no. Rebound fought for, picked off by Winfrey. Let's have a crack at it. It's good and knock it down. Reed to Gooden. Stop, pull up, jumper is no good by Winfrey. Fight for the ball, it's out of bounds. And they're going to say UTPA get possession, last touch by Starla Williams.
One of them says that, the other one's going to change. Yeah.
Dan Morgan,
The out official.
will say no, change it, and it'll go over to IPFW. Boy, Starla played good in the second half against Purdue 9 days ago, Dave.
Yeah, she's been contributing more later in the season.
Ashley Johnson with the basketball. Matchup zone employed by UTPA. Kicks it in. Williams just can't make the shot, but she is fouled, and Starla will shoot two.
Well, that's the offensive movement that they need to get that ball inside and get a chance for an open look. Just got to get them to fall.
We're going to call the foul on Tashay Winfrey. That is her first, team 8th. Starla Williams gets the friendly roll. And she will get another one.
Well, we were stuck on 8 for a long time, and now UTPA is stuck on 12.
One more free throw coming. And that's good. 2 for 2 at the line for Williams.
That's a good lift right there to get those 2 points, get that lead.
4.5 minutes to go. Nearly a steal. Lewis Carlisle does pick it off. Moore thought about a three. Is it Tina Moen? Williams, jumper in and out. Reed with the rebound. Don's just having trouble slacking that shot down.
Yeah, that was a good shot. Nothing wrong with that.
Shot no good. Lewis Carlisle pulls off the rebound. Doing Gooden for the ball.
Yeah, and actually Tina Moen kept it alive inside there.
Johnson draws 3 defenders to her, kicks it out to Lewis Carlisle. 3-point shot, no. Then Winfrey with the rebound. Lady Bronx a chance to tie with the deuce, take the lead with the tray. Lob pass to Stacy Gooden. Gets it back as a baseline drive. Oh, what good defense by Starla Williams, holding her ground.
With the help defense, 2 times the ball on the baseline, and the offensive player had nowhere to go.
When we come back, IPFW will have the basketball. 3:43 left until halftime. Mastodons 14, Lady Bronx 12. This is IPFW women's basketball on College 56 Sports.
Do you have everything you need? Paper, pencils? We only ask that you do your best. And make you a snack.
Indiana University, Purdue University, Fort Wayne. One university, 2 great names.
Do you know IPFW has its very own pep band? The Stop Band is looking for more members, and we want you to join. IPFW students even receive a credit for their participation. Perfection is not required, just enthusiasm and a desire to share your school spirit. Check out our website for more information. Don't just play, stop.
Back at the gate State Center. Here's that baseline drive from Winfrey, and look at that defense stocked by Starla Williams.
That the player just had absolutely nowhere to go with that ball. Great defense.
That is something that Chris Paul and Charity Middleton, now Alan Buck and Katie Jackson have been working on for several weeks. Established defensive position and forced either the jump ball or the turnover. Don's up by 2 as we near the 3.5-minute mark, and they had the basketball. Now's the time to see if they can make a shot. High post is Williams, double teamed. Moen,
Good shot.
pull-up jumper is good.
Good move, came off the pick. Nice job by Tina.
Tina with the first basket of the day. Devin Reed for 3, in and out, no, fight for the loose ball. Daniel has it, in amongst 3 Dons. Kicks it out to Stacy Gooden, and she left-hand ones in.
One of the few offensive rebounds that the UTPA has had in a long time.
The lead cut to 2 as we're under 3 minutes. Perimeter passing by IPFW.
Too much standing on the offense. Coach Paul's trying to get the movement going, but
10 in the shot clock. Moen high post, gonna drive, left-hand shot off the glass and in.
nice move.
A freshman from Norway now with back-to-back baskets.
Nice aggressive move, too. There was one where she wanted it.
Winfrey for 3. That is the back of the iron. Williams fights for that rebound, goes out of bounds off John Lewis Carlisle. Fresh shot clock, 2:27 on the first half game clock. Whitney Colson, number 41, back in for Stacy Gooden. Tashay Winfrey will inbound the ball underneath the UTPA basket. Looks for Daniel, bounces off her, and Winfrey picks it up, and Williams forces another jump ball, but this time the possession will remain with UTPA.
And I do like the rule that doesn't change the shot clock. If you keep possession.
There's a steal. Here's a steal. AJ shot is no good. She is hammered, I should say.
Rachel Jones came out of nowhere that time to stop her.
First foul on Rachel. That is the 9th team foul on the Lady Bronx. Ashley Johnson will shoot 2. First one's good. That is AJ's first point as we see the steal there, Doc. With athleticism by the junior from Kokomo.
Took it in strong. Got fouled.
One more free throw coming, and that one's perfect. Boy, how she wishes she did that 2 weeks ago with 5.5 seconds left. But that is history. We go on. Don's up by 6.
Nice little run here lately by IPFW.
Jones' pull-up jumper is good. Rachel Jones hits the scoring.
For that shot, they're on a 12-2 run.
TPA now 7 of 25 from the floor. Either Carlisle misses the jumper.
Yeah, she forced one there a little bit.
Jones with the basketball. Pass inside for Colson. Ball stolen by Johnson. Again, Jones goes for it. Another jump ball. And this time the arrow points towards IPFW. We've had a slew of held balls here in the last 3-4 minutes.
But no travels.
Thank God.
Maybe one. Yeah.
Yes, a lot of people remember our last telecast, Doc.
There were
Some word answers.
traveled. Yep.
Traveled, and more traveled. Minute and a half left here in the first half of action from the Hilliard Gate Sports Center.
IPFW is going to work the clock a little bit.
Johnson pulls up, hits the jumper. First field goal for AJ. She now has 4 points. The lead up to 6, nearly a steal. Reed over midcourt, double team, throws the ball nearly away. Picked up by Montague. Back to Rachel Jones. 1:05 left till halftime. 15 on the shot clock, almost a steal by Ashley Johnson. With 15 on the shot clock, 1:02 on the first half game clock. Fiona Wilson checks in, replacing Rachel Jones.
IPFW again mixing up the defense, but playing well on defense.
10 on the shot clock. Daniel, bounce pass, Wilson for 3. No. Loose ball, and it's saved by Devin Reed, but it goes out of bounds. 48.4 seconds left until the break.
Again, I think Chris Paul is encouraging them to take their time, don't get in a hurry, work the clock.
Women's basketball, you have 30 seconds to get off a shot. You don't have the 10-second on yet to have in men's. 31 seconds, Johnson kicks it back to Moore. Long distance, off the rim, picked off by Montague, loose ball, Moore picks it up. Now they're down to play for the last shot. AJ with 22 seconds left.
And they can ensure themselves of going into the halftime with at least a 6-point lead.
UTPA in their 2-3 zone.
Coach Paul has communicated the offensive set that he'd like, and there it is, right out of the corner.
JLC for three! Second try for the Kentuckian. And that will do it. Wilson's shot from the on-half court is short. And IPFW finishes off the first half in style. Deuced by Tina Mullen, a deuce by Ashley Johnson, and a tray by John Lewis Carlisle. And they head in the locker room up by 9, Doc.
Yeah.
25-16.
17-4 run that they had in about the last, I don't know for sure what, 10 minutes of the half.
Let's take a break, Doc, catch our breaths, and then we'll talk about what happened in the first 20 minutes of play. Again, we are at the halftime intermission here at the Gates Sports Center. IPFW on top, 25-16 over Texas Pan American. We'll be back in a moment right here on College 56 Sports.
Pizza! Must eat. No way. What is this? Capsicum anum? Agaricus bisporus? Allium cepa?
Can we eat this?
Peppers, mushrooms, and onions. Eat your pizza, man.
Indiana University, Purdue University, Fort Wayne. One university, two great names.
On this month's edition of IPFW Up Close, we're giving you a piece of Americana in the form of the Possum Trot Orchestra. We'll meet the musicians, singer-songwriters, folklorists, guitar makers, admission office information specialists, and friends. We'll find out what brought them together, where they came up with the name for their group, what their backgrounds are, and we'll also feature them in a mini-concert. Join me, Susan Alderman, Sundays at noon for IPFW Up Close on College Access Channel 56.
Oh, yes, to the 30, to the 50, to the 40. Oh, damn, he's going down the sideline, and it's up!
If legislation being considered now in the U.S. Congress passes, you won't see your local team or your government or local events and news on this TV channel. Telecom giants want to end the funding source for this and other local channels. And with such action, end your rights to watch or produce local programming. Don't let local access become won't see TV. Go to SaveMyFreeSpeech.net or AllianceCM.org now and learn how you can help. Become informed and contact your representatives in Washington. The time for your action is now. Otherwise, this is all you'll see here soon.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Hilliard Gate Sports Center, where it is halftime of our women's basketball game featuring the Lady Broncs of the University of Texas Pan American and the Mastodons of IPFW, a rematch of a game played 2 weeks ago down in warm and sunny Edinburgh, Texas. 81 degrees, not a cloud in the sky that day. But on that particular occasion, IPFW fell behind early, and though they came back and had to lead a couple of times, were forced into overtime and ultimately dropped a 63-60 decision. So revenge back on the mind of IPFW coming into this one, and right now you get a good look at some wheelchair basketball. That's not all bad. Again, both of these teams having problems hitting field goals, I should say. At one point, they both got off to good starts. IPFW was 3 out of 6, and UTPA was 4 out of 8. But then the lid dropped out for both teams, and UTPA hung in there for the longest time. It seemed like it was 12-12, 14-12 for about 6 or 7 minutes, but then things finally started to perk up a little bit. IPFW went on a nice little run, and they comfortably, at this point, enjoy a 9-point halftime lead. Again, they are trying to snap a 12-game losing streak. Their last outing was 9 days ago at Mackey Arena in West Lafayette when they played the 9th-ranked Purdue Boilermakers toe-to-toe for a little over 30 minutes before succumbing to some three-point shooting and some excellent free throw shooting by the Boilermakers, and they lost 76-52. Now, we're going to take another break, and when we come back, we're going to show you some first-half highlights and perhaps look at some first-half statistics as well. Again, we are at the intermission here at the Hilliard Gate Sports Center. The Mastodons of IPFW lead the Lady Broncs of Texas Pan American 25-16. Back with more in a moment right here on College 56 Sports.
That book was all right. You know, if she continues to spill product at a rate of 3 per hour, unit cost, say 60 cents. Factor in breakage, downtime, lost sales, you're looking at $2,400 a month. Indiana University, Purdue University, Fort Wayne. One university, 2 great names.
On this month's edition of IPFW Up Close, we're giving you a piece of Americana in the form of the Possum Trot Orchestra. We'll meet the musicians, singer-songwriters, folklorists, guitar makers, admission office information specialists, and friends. We'll find out what brought them together, where they came up with the name for their group, what their backgrounds are, and we'll also feature them in a mini-concert. Join me, Susan Alderman, Sundays at noon for IPFW Up Close on College Access Channel 56.
Did you know IPFW has its very own pep band? The Stop Band is looking for more members, and we want you to join. IPFW students even receive a credit for their participation. Perfection is not required, just enthusiasm and a desire to share your school spirit. Check out our website for more information. Don't just play, stomp.
Welcome back once again to the Hilliard Gate Sports Center here on the campus of IPFW, along with Dave Scout. This is Mike Maas. You see Dave making his way back towards our broadcast position. At the intermission, IPFW leading the UTPA Lady Broncs by a score of 25-16. And Doc, we've got some highlights from the first half. Good long ball there by Nan Moore. Starla Williams on the dish. Boy, Tina Moen has really developed that pull-up jumper the last several weeks.
She gave him a lot of good minutes there in that first half. Drove to the basket.
Made the bucket. And then you got the one of the scatterbugs, so to speak, Ashley Johnson, that can shake and bake with the best of them. There's Jenna Lewis Carlisle with that last three-pointer. And again, at the break, IPFW leads by a score of 25-16. We're going to see some first-half numbers here in a moment, Doc. But all in all, again, as we watch the wheelchair players play, neither team can hit the broadside of a barn.
No, the percentages are as low as the temperatures are outside.
Well, at one point, UTPA was 4 out of 8 to the floor. They finished the half 4 out of 26. And again, there we go. 27% shooting for UTPA, 24% for IPFW, rounded off. Lady Bronx not able to hit a three-point shot. IPFW 3 out of 14. Somewhat decent ball movement, 7 assists on IPFW baskets to 2 for UTPA.
One of the strong points is that 7 assists there.
Rebounds, 24-22 in favor of the visitors. The free throw line, UTPA only been there 4 times, made 2. IPFW 6 out of 7. And in the all-important turnover department, good first half for Chris Paul's team, only turning it over 6 times as opposed to 13 for UTPA.
UTPA has to be talking about that right now in terms of they've got to take better care of the ball.
Well, leading scorers for IPFW, Jenna Lewis Carlisle with 6 points, Nan Moore and Ashley Johnson 4 apiece. Devin Reed with 5 points for UTPA, and Mahogany Daniel and Tashay Winfrey with 2 apiece. And well, what does each team have to do here in the second half, Doc?
Simply put the ball in the hole.
Perhaps easier said than done.
But the team that comes out and improves on their shooting and continues to take good care of the basketball will go home with a victory today.
We briefly talked about this before the broadcast started, you and I. IPFW is finished playing games on the road. No more bus trips, no more plane trips, no more hotels, no more meals away from home. They're going to play their final 6 games here at 4 games here at the Harry Gate Sports Center and 2 games across the street at the Memorial Coliseum. How important is that for the Lady Mastodons to finish off the season by playing 6 games in 13 days all at home?
I think it's real important because at this part of the season, you begin to get worn out, tired, and they're going to be as fresh as they can possibly be because they're home. They sleep in their own bed. They're here on the home court for practice. They're in the friendly confines of IPFW for classes. It should be an advantage to them.
Well, before we take our final break at halftime here, we want to congratulate Artie Ball and the IPFW Volleydons on a great match last night. Nearly 2,100 fans here in the Gate Center, and the Dons knocked off the last team that was undefeated in the country, the Ball State Cardinals, 3-1.
Yeah, this place, Gate Center last night was really ecstatic.
It really was. It's 3 wins in a row for the Volleydons, and as we speak, they're making a long trip to Erie, Pennsylvania to take on Mercyhurst tonight. And then next Friday, they're at Ohio State and home a week from tonight against Quincy. So, again, we congratulate the Volleydons on the big win last night. We're going to take another break, and when we come back, Dave and I will take a look ahead and get ready for the second half of action. Again, it's 25-16 IPFW over UTPA at the break. You're watching IPFW Women's Volleyball on College 56 Sports.
Are you in there? What's up? The show's at 7. Whoa. Indiana University, Purdue University, Fort Wayne. One university, 2 great names.
Did you know IPFW has its very own pep band? The Stop Band is looking for more members and we want you to join. IPFW students even receive a credit for their participation. Perfection is not required, just enthusiasm and a desire to share your school spirit. Check out our website for more information. Don't just play, stomp.
On this month's edition of IPFW Up Close, we're giving you a piece of Americana in the form of the Possum Trot Orchestra. We'll meet the musicians, singer-songwriters, folklorists, guitar makers, admission office information specialists, and friends. We'll find out what brought them together, where they came up with a name for their group, what their backgrounds are, and we'll also feature them in a mini-concert. Join me, Susan Alderman, Sundays at noon for IPFW Up Close on College Access Channel 56.
everybody, along with Dave Scout and Mike Maz. We are near the end of our halftime intermission. IPFW leading UTPA 25-16. You see the Mastodons warming up on one end, the Lady Bronx on another, and thanks to Chrissy Francis, our women's basketball contact, we've got a little running flow chart here.
Interestingly enough, just watching the IPFW team shooting here and warming up for the second half, I saw them hit 6 straight shots.
Well, let's see what happens here in the second half. Again, IPFW had an early 8-3 lead just over 5 minutes in, and then it stayed 12-8 from the 10:49 mark to the 7:04 mark, and back and forth we went, and finally,
in the last 7 minutes.
The last 7 minutes or so, it was 16-14 with 3:07 to go, and then the Dons outscored the Lady Bronx 9-2 over that last 3:07 of play here in the first half.
Yeah, that was a good spurt, and they really needed something like that to feel a little better about themselves, get a little confidence at halftime, and
there you saw
get ready to go.
Our head official this afternoon, Dan Morgan, and his partners today are Kevin Dillard and Greg Jones. It'll be UTPA with the first possession of the second half. IPFW is coming out with O'Connell, Johnson, Green, Williams, and John Lewis Carlisle, so 4 of the 5 starters come back along with Starla Williams.
Starla gave them some good minutes in there in that first half.
She really did. And we've got Rachel Jones, Mahogany Daniel, Devin Reed, Robin Garrett, and Dominique Montague on the floor for the Lady Bronx.
IPFW opens up with a trapping zone defense.
Garrett off the glass, no good, and Jenny Green posts down the board. Jenny, the senior from Lansing Catholic High School. Her college career is quickly winding down to a conclusion. 5 more games after today.
And one thing you can always count on out of Jenny is she's going to hustle. She's going to work hard. She'll work that defense.
Flashes across the high post, kicks off the bounce pass. 8 seconds on the clock. Williams in the paint, off the rim, no. Loose ball picked up by Rachel Jones. She wants to run a little bit. Cut off by both Lewis Carlisle and Johnson. Played nearly a minute. Neither team has scored so far here in the second half. It's a 25-16 game. Mastodons on top. Jones got Jenny Green off her feet. Ball knocked away by Lewis Carlisle. Loose ball. They're going to call a jump ball. And with 18:55 to go, we will change the possession arrow to IPFW. Oh, there's the 1, 2, 3, 4. That's the 5th jump ball possession called here today, not counting the 2 regional jump balls to start the game and the start of the second half. Well, here comes Ashley Johnson. Bounce pass to Lewis Carlisle. AJ right in front of her bench. AJ.
Pan Am also playing a pretty tight zone defense right now.
3-pointer up and in by John Lewis Carlisle. That is 3 baggers for the sophomore from Henry Clay High School in Lexington, Kentucky. That was 9 points.
Extending the defense a little further out on down the court.
We always talk about the first 5 minutes of a game or first 5 minutes of a half.
Pan Am is really struggling at the offensive end right now. And a lot of that's due to the really good defense from IPFW.
Long 3-pointer tip up and in by Dominique Montague. If she gets started, look out.
Yeah, she's their best 3-point shooter.
Ashley Johnson drives the lane, and she is fouled. And I think AJ's going to shoot a pair. Foul's going to be called on Rachel Jones, her first of the second half.
Well, the real highlight in that first half of the shooting was IPFW's free throw shooting, which was 6 of 7.
Well, not a shooting foul. So Johnson will inbound it. AJ looking. Gets it to Hillary O'Connell. Hillary, 18-footer off the back of the iron. Jenny Green. Blocked out by Mahogany Daniel. Mahogany to Reed, and she tries to hit Jones with a pass. And Rachel went to the right, the ball went to the left, and it's turnover number 15 for the Lady Bronx. And
so things haven't improved there much for them at all.
Well, This is hammer time, so to speak, Doc. IPFW with a 9-point lead and a chance to put this one away.
Don't let them back in it.
AJ for three. Yes. First try for the junior from Kokomo.
And IPFW looks like they got a little more bounce in their step here in the second half.
There's a steal. John Lewis Carlisle tips it, picks off to O'Connell. Johnson off the glass. No good, no foul. Daniel pushes off Lewis Carlisle. Again, no foul. Jones. And that ball is picked off by Hillary O'Connell.
And the turnovers just keep mounting up for UTPA.
AJ inside. Oh, pass intended for John Lewis and Lewis Carlisle, and she finally picks it up. Oh, O'Connell tried to get a return pass, a little too hard. KLC couldn't handle it.
Man, I don't think she was expecting the pass back.
Tiona Wilson on the floor for Coach Deanne Kraft's team.
IPFW extending that defense again. 3/4 of the floor.
16:43 to go. Reed, bounce pass, shot up and in by Robin Garrett.
That's called using all of the rim, isn't it? I mean, that bounced on every aspect of that rim.
First bucket for the 6'5" freshman. 3 points overall she scored here this afternoon. Johnson with the basketball, watched by Tiona Wilson. Bounce pass to Lewis Carlisle, baseline drive, shot up, count it, she's fouled.
She has good body control when she gets in there, and you can bump her a little bit. She's still going to be able to get off the kind of shot that she likes. Here comes the replay.
Good drive, penetration, off the glass, in, and the free throw to boot. So John Lewis Carlisle.
Almost a steal by AJ on the baseline.
34-21.
Don't let up.
I'm going to have to get the archives out. So the last time we had a lead like this in the second half this year, we have won 2 games against Appalachian State, against Kalamazoo College. Long 3-point shot, short, Green.
Ooh. And Jenny got...
Oh, they're going to call a jump foul. Devin Reed goes in, thinking she wants to be a peacemaker. The officials hopefully will get control. They're going to call a jump ball with UTPA getting possession, 16:03 to go. Jenny Green thought she was fouled.
Well, she's probably right, but they don't all get fouled.
Well, coming in is Tashay Winfrey. She'll replace Montague. Tiona Wilson will inbound it.
It's going to play the good defense right here.
Really?
And they did, but they got a foul.
They'll go to the line and shoot through.
Reed's a good player. She's quick. She gets down the lane.
Foul is on Jenna Lewis Carlisle. Her first, team first in the second half. Devin Reed at the line for 2. Senior from Indianapolis, a little short in the first one. Whitney Carlson, again the 6'5" freshman from Bloomfield Hills, Michigan, comes in. One more free throw coming for Reed. And that one is good.
Yeah, I just took a late peek, Mike, at UTPA's road record, 0-11.
If you're an IPFW fan, you'll love it.
That's right.
If you're a UTPA fan, and they will get a copy of this telecast. Oh, my word, says Chris Paul. Jenny Green called for an offensive player control foul, and we have timeout. 15:49.
Probably a good time for a timeout right here.
15:49 left until halftime. It is 34-22. IPFW with the lead. And we'll be back in a moment right here on College 56 Sports.
Mom, Dad, you know we love kids, and I've made a decision that will totally change my life. Cameron's too. It's a huge responsibility, leading someone into, who knows, communication or science or math. That's what life's all about, right? Learning so you can pass on knowledge to younger minds. Dad, Mom, I want to be a teacher.
Indiana University, Purdue University, Fort Wayne. One university, two great names.
On this month's edition of IPFW Up Close, we're giving you a piece of Americana in the form of the Possum Trot Orchestra. We'll meet the musicians, singer-songwriters, folklorists, guitar makers, admission office information specialists, and friends. We'll find out what brought them together, where they came up with the name for their group, what their backgrounds are, and we'll also feature them in a mini-concert. Join me, Susan Alderman, Sundays at noon for IPFW Up Close on College Access Channel 56.
Welcome back to the Hilliard Gates Sports Center. Along with Dave Scouten, this is Mike Maz. 15:49 left until halftime.
Yeah,
left till the end of the game, I should say, in the second half.
Really good initial 4 minutes plus for IPFW coming out after halftime.
They're leading by 9, and they're up by 12, and trying to play some harassing defense. Traveling call called on Tiona Wilson.
Turnover number 18.
So the Mastodons will bring the ball up the floor. And they've only turned the ball over 8 times. Chris Paul's got to be very happy with that.
They've done a nice job protecting the basketball.
O'Connell being hunted by Reed. 15 on the shot clock. Skip pass to O'Connell. Fakes it to Williams. Pass picked up. Starler gets it. Look what I found. AJ, baseline drive, shot no good, ball out of bounds, and it's off of Johnson Lash. 2 more substitutions for IPFW. Number 23 is Nan Moore. Number 31 is Tina Moen. Both a pair of freshmen. Nan out of suburban Detroit. Tina out of Oslo, Norway.
Again, a 3-quarter court pressure defense. Just waiting to trap.
Nearly forced a Mahogany Daniel turnover. That time she is guilty of a traveling violation.
Yeah, they were just 3 long ones. She took an extra step.
Julianne Huna back in the ball game for different head coach Chris Paul. Ashley Johnson picking the ball up from right to left on your TV screen. Just under 15 minutes to go. The lead is 12. Moen.
Nice move.
Nice pull up.
Nice move.
Jumper is good. Tina now has a half a dozen points. Boy, she has played well today.
Yes, she has.
Again, full court pressure by the Dons. But we put the knockout punch into effect. Reed off of Daniel Pick. Bounce pass. Colson. Pull up jumper. No good. Fight for the loose ball. Daniel just takes it away from Huna. Another possession for the Lady Bronx. Reed takes the long shot, and what do we got?
Foul, I think. Yep. John Lewis Carter.
Here's JLC's second, team third. And on the floor now is Danielle Kostaki making her first appearance of the day.
And a turnover.
Kostaki's a 6-foot freshman out of Clearwater, Florida. Ashley Johnson, not too far in front of our location. It's it to Moore. 15 on the shot clock, inside the Huna. Spin move, there's the long step, off the glass, no, and Colson pulls down the board.
It was a nice move, even though she
and
didn't
that could be, no off, over and back. I thought perhaps they might have called that.
It was close.
And Deanne Kraft calls a timeout, which will turn into a full timeout. The first called timeout of the second half. 13:44 left, it's still 36-22 Mastodons. Okay, time for us to invite you to keep up with the IPFW women's basketball team each week through the rest of the season by tuning into the Chris Paul Show. It can be seen Thursdays at 10:30 p.m. and Saturdays at 12 noon right here on College 56. Chris is joined by yours truly, Mike Maz. We review the recent games, talk to players, coaches, and preview the upcoming action. Again, there's the Chris Paul Show, Thursdays at 10:30 and Saturdays at high noon right here on College Cable Access, Channel 56. Replay, the ball, nice feed into Tina Moen, and that little spin move, and the pull-up jumper. She has gotten better and better at that, Doc, as the season's gone along.
She's going to be a good one. She's a freshman. She's come a long way.
Well, the timeout That was UTPA's second. They have one full and 2 30s. IPFW has one full and 3 30s. You see the green and orange clad Lady Bronx. Wonder what they thought when they got off the airplane yesterday and saw this cold in the wind. I know when we were down there 2 weeks ago, we thought we were in heaven.
Yeah.
Here we go. UTPA with the basketball.
This is the time of the ball game that IPFW's got to keep up the pressure. Just don't let them back in it. They'll get a basket or two, but don't give them a run.
Matchup zone employed by IPFW. Reed, top of the key, 4 on the shot clock. Oh, and that time, Winfrey just didn't know whether to shoot the ball or pass the ball.
It's a good thing because when she did shoot, she hit.
Woody Hayes won't say at Ohio State. If you throw a pass, 3 things happen and 2 of them are bad.
Bad, that's right.
Now UTPA putting on some pressure, a little 1-2-1-1 trap.
Well, they have to do something to try to get back into this ball game, get a little flow going to their game.
Inside feed from Moore off the glass. No good, no foul, and the ball remained in the possession of IPFW. And they're going to reset the entire shot clock?
Yeah, because it hit she drew iron, and then the ball went out of bounds.
I thought they might put it back to 15. 13:03 left. Johnson to Mullen, off the glass, no good. Martinez fouled by Danielle Kostaki, and she'll shoot a couple. For Kostaki, that is her first 13th foul on UTPA this half.
And again, a good move by Tina Mullen. Moving underneath, getting the ball, going up with it.
First free throws of the afternoon. First one, in and out.
Got halfway down and then decided to jump back out of there.
Well, IPFW hitting about 69% of their free throws this year. Second free throw is good. Tina now with 7 points. And it's 37-22 to lead up to 15. Colson, thanks shot up in the air, actually almost a bank.
Yeah, that was a good shot.
So the Michigander takes his first shot of the day.
Texas Pan Am handled the press very well that time.
Lewis Carlisle in the lane, puts up a runner, in and out, no. Colson with the rebound, comes Reed, 4 on 3. Reed, foul line extended, no good. Loose ball knocked out of bounds, and it will belong to UTPA. Getting back on the floor is Robin Garrett. And Robin, 6'3" freshman out of Nacogdoches, Texas. Devin Reed will inbound the basketball. Gets it to Winfrey. IPFW in the 2-3 zone. Long three-point shot good by Dominique Montague, and that's her second three of the second half.
And she's about the only one that has taken a three-point shot. A couple of others have.
Owen bumped. No good. Lewis Carlisle brings it back out to Johnson.
All right.
Good play by JLC. Yeah. She was caught too far underneath.
And didn't force it.
Still plenty of time. 7 on the shot clock. AJ in the lane. Fires it up. Gets the friendly bounce and goes. Johnson now with 9 points. And it's 39-27. I'm sorry. Reed, inside pass, shot up and in by Garrett. Doc, UTPA wants to pound the ball inside.
Yeah, they do.
Now 39-29, lead down to 10.
They're moving very quickly, and they've shown a lot more life now in the last couple of minutes.
That double team, bounce pass to Johnson, 15 on the shot clock. 11-16 on the game clock. AJ in the lane, kicks it out. JLC for 3. Off the rim. Mullen kicks it back.
She kept it alive.
He'll be called for a foul. And we've got a timeout on the floor.
That's a foul you can't be too unhappy about because she was working hard.
For tickets tickets to IPFW athletic events, be sure to call 260-481-6000, or you can go to the IPFW athletic website at www.ipfw.edu/athletics. Tickets are still available for individual events, or mini-season ticket packages are still available for the remainder of the men's and women's basketball season. Again, the phone number 260-481-6000. Online, www.ipfw.edu/athletics. After today, Doc, the women's basketball team has 5 home games. The men's basketball team is leaving tomorrow for their final road game in the year at Southern Colorado. And then they're going to finish their season off with 3 games at home at the Memorial Coliseum.
I think both teams are looking forward to this stretch of their schedule because they've been road weary for quite some time.
Well, you stop and think Midnight Madness this year, I think, was on the, say, 13th of October.
Something like that, yeah.
There you see IPFW cheerleaders doing their thing.
Got 11:08 left in this game, and again, it's one of those where IPFW they have to keep the pressure on and don't let UTPA up off of the floor.
Players back on the floor. O'Connell, Moen, Nan Moore, Ashley Johnson, Juliet Hooner for IPFW. Danielle Kostaki, along with Deshae Winfrey, Dominic Montague, Devin Reed, and see who the other player is. Dottie Nair. Reed, skip pass. Nice defense by Hillary O'Connell. 8 on the shot clock. Nair, Reed, 3-pointer. Off the iron, no good. Fight for the loose ball. Huna gets it. Nice play that time by Julianne Huna.
And once again, IPFW continued to play the good, solid defense. Don't give them anything easy and keep that ball moving. Now IPFW's got to get something going on the offensive end.
You don't want to become stagnant with a 10-point lead. Hillary thought about a free for a moment. Inside. Oh, nice feed to Moen from Huna. Shot is good. Got it. She's fouled.
And Tina is good at getting that ball inside and going on up, even though she's going to get fouled. She'll generally get that ball up on the hoop.
Foul is on Danielle Kostaki. That is her second, team fourth. What a feed from Huna to Tina Moen.
Yeah, and Tina then handled the ball very well once she got there.
Tina now 1 out of 2 so far today at the stripe. Trying to make it 2 out of 3, and she does.
And she's in double figures. And that's an awfully nice contribution off of the bench.
It really is. 42-29, the lead is a baker's dozen. We're near the midway part of the second half. IPFW trying to snap a 12-game losing streak.
And UTPA really struggles when they have to get the set offense.
Almost, that is that matchup 2-3 zone. 5 on the shot clock. And traveling.
There you go.
Winfrey.
Yeah.
Good defense by IPFW.
Yes, it was.
Time down. 22 turnovers now for UTPA.
And we still have 9:43 to play in this second half.
Only 8 for IPFW. This little push foul going to be called right in front of us. Danielle Kostaki, that is her third. 15 foul. And we've got Mahogany Daniel and Robin Garrett back on the floor. And also coming on is Cynthia Ramirez making her first appearance of the afternoon. Cynthia's a 5'7" sophomore out of Guadalajara, Mexico. Julianne Huna will inbound the ball just to the left of our location. Saw the highlight there. So here we go. AJ's got the ball. She's going to be picked up by Devin Reed. 9.5 minutes to go. Bonds up by 13. Moen to Huna. Baseline jumper, no. More time to get the rebound. And let's see who they're going to call a foul on. Hillary O'Connell is going to be charged with her first foul of the afternoon. 4th team foul on IPFW. 9:25 left. IPFW wanting to get a big monkey off their back. Up 42-29.
And they've not only been playing aggressively on the defense, but they've been alert. They know where the players are. They know where the shooters are. Nobody's gotten loose. We'll give them that one.
I'm sorry, Doc. Spin move there.
Yep, that was a good
by
move.
Garrett, and she will go to the line for a couple. And Tina Moen picks up her third foul. So she's got to be a little bit careful.
Yeah, she's had her hands full, though, and they're playing inside, and there are a couple of big people for Pan Am.
First free throw is no good. Again, as a team, UTPA just a 61% free throw shooting team.
Well, they're 50% tonight.
Second one is good.
So far.
42-30 with just about 9 minutes to go. Ashley Johnson brings the ball up over midcourt. Picked up by Reed.
Texas A&M.
High post, Tuna.
Zoning it.
Double team, loses the ball, and it's picked off, and here's a break. Reed, off by O'Connell, and Hillary wisely lays off. Devin Reed gets the layup. No sense in making a foul now.
Yeah, there wasn't much you could do about stopping that one. Now you just got to come back, play the good offense, get the ball moving.
Moore off the leg of Reed, and it'll remain IPFW possession. 19 on the shot clock, 8:28 on the second half game clock.
Plenty of time, don't need to force anything at all.
And Morgan going to move the ball all the way back near the UTPA bench, where Julianne Huna will inbound it to Ashley Johnson. 13 on the shot clock. Moore looking for a cutter. Huna inside to Moen.
Yeah.
Shot is blocked. Ball's out of bounds. Moen tried to get it up and off, but
it took a double team to stop her.
Colson at 6'5" comes in for Garrett, hits 6'3". 6 seconds left on the shot clock. Hope IPFW recognizes it. Johnson to inbound. More double team to Huna. Back to Johnson in the lane. AJ off the glass.
And in answer to your question, yes, she needed 6 seconds. She was going to get that ball out.
Foul was on Mahogany Daniel, and that's her first of the afternoon. Comes with 8:12 to go. 16 foul. Ashley Johnson now 7 points in the second half, 11 overall, going for point number 12. And what a drive by the junior.
That was a big basket because the lead had gotten back down to 10 again, and now they dump it up. 13-point lead, 8 minutes to go. Got to keep the hustle.
45-32, I'm sorry. Montague looking, no, doesn't pull off a three. Reed, 14 on the shot clock. Into Montague, she's one of their long-range threats.
Yeah, about to win. There was one.
Shot is missed by Ramirez, and IPFW pulls down the rebound.
Good rebound position that time by Tuna.
Julianne now with 3 rebounds this afternoon.
IPFW is working the clock a little bit here.
Hillary O'Connell, double team, kicks it back out. Oh, they're playing much smarter than they've been in a while.
Yeah, they really are.
8 in the shot clock. Moen, turn around, jump in and out and in again.
We got to count that one twice. That was a good shot.
I don't think Deanne Kraft would like that.
No, probably not.
47-32. Boy, Tina Moen has played very well off the bench today.
Yeah, she's really given a solid performance. Much needed.
She played well at Purdue 9 days ago.
Yeah.
Montague for 3. That's off the glass. Loose ball. Moen gets it, and she's fouled. And when we come back, Tina Moen will be shooting the free throw. 6:57 to go. Mastodons 47, Lady Brock's 32. You're watching IPFW Women's Basketball on College 56 Sports.
Do you know IPFW has its very own pep band? The Star Band is looking for more members, and we want you to join. IPFW students even receive a credit for their participation. Perfection is not required, just enthusiasm and a desire to share your school spirit. Check out our website for more information. Don't just play, stomp.
IPFW cheerleaders hard at work. 6:57 left here at the Irrigate Sports Center, along with Dave Scout. This is Mike Maz. IPFW playing one of their better ball games of the season, in all honesty, leading University of Texas Pan American 47-32.
Yeah, this has been a solid performance. The shooting hasn't been what they'd like to have, I'm sure. But they didn't let that frustrate them to the point that other things fell apart.
Well, they have improved their shooting. They're now 16-52 for 31%. UTPA 13-39 for 33%. Tina Moen at the stripe.
Tina has the 1-and-1.
Let's see if she can knock them down. In and out, no good. O'Connell fights for the ball, but it's picked off instead by Rachel Jones, who's back on the floor. Urgency now on the minds of UTPA. Yeah, left-hand shot, a little strong, gets her own rebound. Huna with a partial block, and IPFW comes up with the ball. Good straight-up defense by Julian Huna.
Use some clock, set up the offense, get some good things going, move the ball.
O'Connell watched by Daniel. Looking for Moen, can't find her, she gets it back out. JLC looking for a lob pass to Julianne Huna. Give and go, JLC inside the arc, shot up and in. For Jonna Lewis-Carlisle, she now has 14 points. And we got a whistle and a reach-in foul.
Number 3. Nope, 11.
They call it Tina Moen, her 4th.
Oh, really?
I thought it would have been out of Ashley Johnson myself.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
That is the 7th team foul. So Tina now with 4 personals. Rachel Jones at the line for the first time this afternoon. She shoot 1-and-1, I believe.
Tina's playing so well that it's not a bad idea to leave her in there.
Free throw is missed. Fight for the ball. Johnson has it, double teamed, and then AJ is fouled, shall we say. And Rachel Jones picks up her 3rd foul. So the teams go back the other way. 18 fouls on the Lady Bronx, and Ashley Johnson, who is 3 for 3 at the foul line today.
Tina Moen replaced by Jenny Green. Tina, well-deserved rest. She played very well.
Ashley Johnson at the stripe. Again, the junior from Kokomo High School, 2nd leading scorer, leads in assists, leads in rebounds. I believe she's also 2nd, I think, in steals. Now they're trying to see what's going on. As 2 of our officials get together.
Indicating some problem with the clock. It doesn't look like anything unusual up there. Oh, they had us down to 51 points and moved it back to 49.
Oh.
How's that matchup?
Well, let's just take 2 free throws and
it'll be there. That's right.
First one is good. One more coming. Again, AJ averaging 13 points, 2.6 rebounds. Also, almost 3 1/3 steals. This is the 2nd one is good. She's now 5 of 5 at the foul line today.
And the team very solid at the foul line today. 12 of 16.
75%. Reed kicks it out to Winfrey. Devin Reed for 3. There's a good shot for the senior out of Indianapolis.
It's okay. You keep playing the good defense. Use your head on the offense. Move the ball. Take some time.
She's got 11 points. That leaves Lady Bronx scoring. And it looks like a double foul. Let's see what they're going to call. Dan Morgan heading over to the scorer's table.
Hillary and 43 on the green.
23. They're flowing up. Winfrey's numbers come up on the board.
23.
And Hillary O'Connell picks up her 2nd. And IPFW retains possession.
Okay, IPFW again on the attack.
O'Connell kicks it back to Huna. Jonna Lewis-Carlisle tries to rub off a Huna screen. Fires up a 3 and hits it. 4th 3 of the afternoon for Jonna Lewis-Carlisle.
those are the kinds of things that can happen when you're a little more relaxed, not playing from behind.
Three-point shot a little bit long by Winfrey. Loose ball picked up by Reed, and they say last touch out of bounds by UTPA.
Yeah,
so IPFW gets the ball.
Yeah, I think the Hillary turned the ball loose inbounds, and a player for UTPA came from out of bounds in and grabbed it without touching anybody else first.
5 minutes to go, 54-35. Mastodons on top. Looking for win number 3 on the year, and it would be a sweet one. Johnson for 3, no good, but Green with the offensive board. They fight for it. And Jenny Green can't buy a break. They're going to call him jump ball. Remain IPFW's ball with 4:50 to go.
Alternate possession.
Or they call it all possession on the left, double foul.
No, I think on the double.
I don't think double foul, you do change possession.
No.
Deanne Kraft talking.
So this is right. They did not change the arrow on the double foul.
Pass into Huna, and she is fouled by Robin Garrett before she can get a shot off. For Robin Garrett, that is her 4th foul.
4:49 for the Mastodons here to keep the intensity up and the play going, the defensive play going well.
10th team foul, so double bonus the rest of the way for IPFW. Julianne Huna, first free throw attempt of the day, and that's good.
There we see the replay of the move that we saved the ball inbounds. And the player came from out of bounds to grab it. Violation. 22 turnovers by Texas Pan Am.
Free throw missed, but Lois Carlisle gets the board and hands it to Ashley Johnson, and it's a fresh 30 for the Mastodons. Up by 20 with 4:40 to go. And I think IPFW can sense a potential victory.
And especially if they're patient, work the clock, because UTEP is not going to pressure them.
O'Connell for 3 off the iron. No, Huna with an offensive board. They reload. Lewis Carlisle fakes a 3 in the lane. Shot up. No good, but JLC was fouled.
Coach Paul wanted that ball brought back out and work a little clock.
And I'm not sure who that foul was on. They're going to call Rachel Jones, her 4th. So General Lewis Carlisle, 1 for 1 at the line so far today. They could 2 for 2. See the replay there. More free throw coming for the sophomore from Lexington, Kentucky, and that was good. General Lewis Carlisle, 3 out of 3 today at the foul line. She's got a total of 19 points. Winfrey, baseline drive off the glass and in.
Ooh, pretty nice move. Really nice move.
Down here at the 4-minute mark.
And Pan Am putting on 3/4 court pressure.
And Chris Paul would like to use up as much of the 30-second shot clock as possible. And they're going to play a little 1-4 offense. AJ likes to shake, bake, in the lane, shot up, off the glass, got it. And she'll throw it around.
It's amazing what defense will do for you, isn't it? They're playing well.
Let's see who that foul was called on. Foul is on Jones, so she is done for the day. And there will be a break here momentarily. Gives us a chance to tell you what's upcoming. There is the final, as they call it, media timeout. 3:48 to go. Next Tuesday night, and I mentioned this I think last time we were together, Doc. Being from Detroit, Wayne State was always the Tartars, but they are now called the Warriors, a member of the Great Lakes Interscholastic Conference. They'll be in here Tuesday night for a 7 o'clock tip. Then next Friday night, the South Dakota State. I'm trying to remember what their team name is. It's got a Jacks in it. But they are 16 and 8.
Jackrabbits?
Jackrabbits, thank you, sir. You had a Jack in there somewhere. But they are going to be here at the Heritage Sports Center for a 7 o'clock tip. And if my memory is correct, I believe we are broadcasting that game. I'll double check that. And then a week from Sunday, North Dakota State comes to town.
Yeah.
IPFW played both of those teams on the road earlier this year. Had the lead in the second half, but lost to North Dakota State 79-68. And were victims of a tough three-point onslaught in the second half at South Dakota State. 8 3-pointers in the second half by SDSU, and they won that game 74-53. Again, they're 16-8, so that's what's ahead in the next 8 days or so here at IPFW for women's basketball.
Haven't heard much about Wayne State, but I do know the conference they're in is one of the better Division II conferences in the country.
Yes, it is. AJ knocks down her 6th free throw in a row without a miss. It's now 60-37, and nearly a steal by JLC. Winfrey wants to drive the lane, pops it up, no good. Going to call an offensive foul on Shea Winfrey. That is her 3rd.
Illegal block.
Oh, make it back. They're going to call it on Colson instead. My mistake. So we'll correct that. Down to 3.5 minutes. IPFW up by 23. O'Connell.
Now they can afford to be very patient.
And you've got Jenny Green, a senior. And you've got Haley O'Connell, a redshirt junior because of a shoulder injury a couple years ago. And they've got to be absolutely loving this. And what are they going to call?
Jenny trying to get loose.
Well, I believe that's her 3rd. Comes with 3:14 to go.
Offensive foul, so there will be no free throw shot. Now, both teams will be shooting the double bonus.
Ashley Johnson goes out, 17 points. She had 17 2 weeks ago down in Texas. We're in the 3-minute mark, and I think the Dons sense this may be the beginning of something good. Give UTPA credit. Pass intended for Colson, picked off by John Lewis Carlisle. Kelly Boyd at the scorer's table. She'll come in the next dead ball. 2:48 to go. IPFW 60. UTPA 37. Dan Moore on the right side. Drive on Tiona Wilson. Inside to Mullen. Wow, nice feed.
And a shot off the glass. Took no chance.
Nice feed from Moore to Mullen. M to M. Reed. She's tried hard today. Inside, loose ball, and traveling
Heavy traffic.
And UTPA, there'll be better days.
Yeah, 24th turnover.
And looks like Garrett's going to come back in. 2:21 left. Lewis Carlisle goes out. Huna goes out. You've got Moen, Roberts, Pavla Pletkova from the Czech Republic, Kelly Boyd, and Ann Moore. So the starters are on the bench, and they're going to relish this final 2 minutes and 20 seconds. That's for sure. IPFW about to snap a 12-game losing streak and win their 3rd game of the year. Traveling call on Nan Moore. And that, I think, was the 10th turnover.
Yeah, and that's not
There
bad.
you go. Yeah.
Not bad.
It's, I believe, 6 or 7 under their season average. Within the 2-minute mark.
1-2-2 zone by IPFW this time. Look, still playing that aggressive defense.
Reed takes it to the glass. No good, but she's fouled. Tina Moen will foul out with 1:56 to go, and what a game she played.
She has played a really good game. She's been unlucky a couple of times on the foul.
Tina Moen, 6 of 8 from the floor, 2 of 4 at the stripe. Fouls out with 14 points and 3 rebounds. And she played very, very well coming off the bench today. Devin Reed at the line is the 10th team foul, so she will shoot 2. Victoria Grossnickel, freshman, who replaces Tina Moen. Victoria, 6'1", actually a sophomore, I'm sorry, from Homewood, Illinois. Did not play last year. Reed knocks down the first free throw.
Reed's a good solid player for Pan Am.
Again, give your TPA credit. They tried, just like IPFW. They're a young team trying to find their niche. With this loss, they'll drop to 6-19. They've still got a few games left. 1:44 to go. Nearly a steal. Moore picks it up. Roberts, baseline jumper. Off the rim, no. Fight for the ball. Boyd gets it to Petrova. Fresh 30. Off the Petkova, left-handed. Being pounded by Winfrey. Ball out of bounds, turnover IPFW. Here we applaud them and they turn it over again. 11 turnovers.
We're getting down to the point where the patience is not quite what it ought to be maybe, but the enthusiasm is there.
80 seconds to go, 62-38. Mastodons on top. Will snap the 12-game losing streak. And I think it'll be a happy bunch of gals and a happy coaching staff here tonight.
Yeah, it'll be a big relief.
Foul on the play that time, and they're going to call Petkova for her first foul. Comes with 1:11 left. And Devin Reed, who hit 1 out of 2 a moment ago, she's 3 out of 6 today. Will shoot a couple. First one is good.
And IPFW has just steadily pushed that lead up throughout the second half.
Second one gets the friendly roll. Lead now with 14 points. 105 left, 62-40. Again, UTPA going to press. They have nothing to lose. Roberts high post to Boyd. Baseline jumper, no good. Winfrey with the rebound. That was it to Devin Reed. She'll take it to the rack. Drives by Moore, is fouled by Nan Moore. And I believe that's Nan's second.
Devin Reed, good aggressive player. And get a timeout here by IPFW, 30-second timeout.
Interesting, with 52.8 seconds to go. Also want to remind you that you can see the replay of this basketball game with the UTPA March 5th. It's at 7 o'clock on College Cable Access Channel 56. Again, March 5th, 7 o'clock, the replay of today's game with the Pan American. Right here on College Cable Access Channel 56. Well, I don't know if we're going to have time, but I hope, if possible, we get a minute with Chris Paul.
After the game?
And he's going to be a happy camper if things work out.
He's going to be a happy camper.
Devin Reed back at the line for 2. First one is good. She's knocked down 3 in a row. 5 out of 7 here in the second half.
Only player in double figures for the Broncos.
Senior out of Indianapolis, 2 hours from home. Next one is good as well. She has played hard today. 16 points to lead the attack, and IPFW throws it away, and that's something that Chris is not going to be awfully happy with.
No, the last couple of minutes have gotten a little bit shaky, but they just need to show a lot more patience.
43 seconds to go. Jumper is good. It's a 2-pointer by Kostaki. Her first points of the day.
Nan Moore being pressured in the backcourt.
30 seconds. Gross-Nickel. Pounded by Garrett. Ball out of bounds. It'll still remain with IPFW. 16 on the shot clock. 25.1 on the game clock. No doubt about the outcome now. IPFW up 62-44.
After this possession, they can turn that shot clock off.
Kelly Boyd in the block to Gross-Nickel. Give and go to Kelly. Feed it to Petkova. Pavlo tries to keep it in. Turns it over. Reed, 14 seconds to go. Nice pass up and in to Winfrey. Nice feed from Devin Reed to Winfrey. 9 seconds.
Can just stay right where she is. She doesn't have to do anything at all.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It's over. And IPFW.
Well, congratulations to the Lady Dons.
Off the floor with a hard-earned 62-46 win. Players and coaches congratulating each other in front of the scorer's bench.
Real strong performance from beginning to end. Once the shooting came around.
Yes, sir. Non-snap, a 12-game losing streak. Improved to 3-20. We are going to hope to get Chris Paul if we can. Let's take a break and we'll come back with some numbers and hopefully Chris Paul. You're watching IPFW Women's Basketball on College 56 Sports.
Do you have everything you need? Paper, pencils? We only ask that you do your best. And made you a snack.
the 50, to the 30 of Dedham. He's going down the sideline, and it's a...
If legislation being considered now in the U.S. Congress passes, you won't see your local team or your government or local events and news on this TV channel. Telecom giants want to end the funding source for this and other local channels, and with such action, end your rights to watch or produce local programming. Don't let local access become won't see TV. Go to SaveMyFreeSpeech.net or AllianceCM.org now and learn how you can help. Become informed and contact your representatives in Washington. The time for your action is now. Otherwise, this is all you'll see here soon.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Near Gate Sports Center, along with Dave Skelton, and this is Mike Maz. IPFW snaps a 12-game losing streak, winning over UTPA 62-46, and we are joined by interim head coach Chris Paul. And Chris, dinner's going to taste awfully good tonight.
Well, it's been a long time, you know, Mike. It's been a long time. But the kids, you've been with us long enough to know we've been about that close. And then finally tonight, you know, our defense was solid throughout. Our defense was solid throughout, and it allowed us to stick around until we finally started making some shots in the second half.
First half, neither team could hit the broadside of a barn. At one point, we were talking during the break, you were only at 12% from the floor, and they weren't much better.
About 17%.
But the second half, things got better. What do you attribute this victory to?
Well, I think we got to attribute to all the hard work that these kids have put in. I mean, day in and day out, they work their tails off in practice. Their enthusiasm's been high, and it's just nice to see them get something out of it, you know. And we've been talking about we've got 6 home games, and we want to try to win all 6, but you can't win all 6 until you get the first one. So it's nice to get off to that kind of start.
2 weeks ago down in Texas, AJ and JLC had 17 points apiece, and we lost by 3. Today, JLC has 19, Ashley 17, but Tina Moen off the bench, 6 of 8 from the floor, 2 of 4 at the line, 14 points, 3 boards, and a steal. And in just 19 minutes, she really played well.
Well, to be honest with you, I think she was the key to the victory.
Yeah.
You know, without Tina coming in, I'm not sure we win that basketball game, but you saw some things that Tina can do. She's got a great stroke from 10, 12, 15 feet. She shoots it so high that it's very difficult to block. She's just had a tough time getting used to the American game, and it's going to take her some time, but hopefully now she's starting to figure things out, and we've got her for another 3 solid years, so we're really looking forward to Tina.
Well, again, congratulations on a big win here today, 62-46, and we will see you on Tuesday night when you go after 2 in a row against Wayne State.
Thank you. Thanks.
Congratulations, Chris.
That is Chris Paul, interim head coach. Again, IPFW snaps their 12-game losing streak, defeating the University of Texas Pan American Lady Bronx today, 62-46. And Doc, we've got some highlights coming in a moment, and then we've got so the final stats. And again, the whole team really played well, in spite of the fact they couldn't shoot very well in the first half.
Yeah, when the shooting leaves you and you can still hang in there, and like Coach said, that defense was just the thing that all day long kept hanging in there and made it really tough on Pan Am.
Well, there's some highlights we're going to look at real quick. And again, these are second half highlights. Tina Moen. Again, that spin move that she's worked so hard on.
Yeah, great
She's
move.
finally starting to knock some shots down. AJ with one of her patented drives. And when she goes inside, that draws the defense towards her, which may just leave the outside open for somebody. Here's a nice feed from Julianne Huna to Tina.
Good high-low.
Good teamwork there.
Yes, it really was.
Inbounds play. AJ again, what gut she has, not afraid to take it inside at 5'6".
And Nan Moore played some solid minutes for him today.
Which what
too.
Chris was hoping for. Again, a good shot by Tina Moen. And Julianne kicks it out. Jonna Lewis Carlisle just inside the three-point area. She's a streak shooter, and she did well in the second half especially. 4 out of 8 from three-point range. So again, a lot of nice highlights here. And there's a shot that's missed, and good hustle by Hillary. Good smart play.
Yeah,
almost.
there's that play. Yeah.
And here's Ashley Johnson again, not afraid to take it in the trees. Up, off the glass, and in. Nan Moore is going to be a good player as she learns more about the women's college game. Get a good feed into Tina. Final team numbers, IPFW 20 out of 60 from the floor, 6 out of 20 from three-point range, 16 of 21 at the foul line. They turned the ball over 13 times, and they out-rebounded UTPA 37-36. They didn't have 122 assists.
No, it's 12.
12, I think.
Yeah.
UTPA 17 of 46, 3 of 14 from three-point range, 10 assists, 36 boards, 9 of 15 at the free throw line, 24 turnovers, and that was it. Final comments, Doc?
Well, it was a great effort. Great to see these kids come through with a victory that was not. There was no doubt about that after it got to, 8-10 minutes to go. All they had to do is keep playing solid, and they did.
And then 3 players in double figures for IPFW, one for Lewis Carlisle with 19, Johnson 17, Moen 14, and Devin Reed with 16 for the Lady Bronx. Well, at this point, we want to thank a few people. First of all, I want to thank Big Daddy's Pizza on State and Crescent for supplying the staff with good pizza for lunch. We want to thank the College 56 production crew, the IPFW athletic staff, the City of Fort Wayne, Comcast Cablevision, the IPFW Learning Resource Center, and especially the IPFW Office of University Relations and Communications for their contributions to this College 56 Sports telecast. This telecast of IPFW Sports is copyrighted and the sole property of the College Cable Access Center and IPFW. Unauthorized duplication, exhibition, rebroadcast, retransmission, or the use of this event without express written consent is strictly prohibited. We hope you've enjoyed our telecast of IPFW Sports and enjoyed the outcome. Thanks for joining us again today. For Dave Scout, and this is Mike Maz. Once again, our final score, IPFW 62, UTPA 46. The Dons snap a 12-game losing streak. Until next time, please stay warm, enjoy the day, and as we bid you a fond farewell now from the Hilliard Sports Center here on the campus of IPFW.